disruptive.
America that I fought for.
Weird thing to happen. Hello, one and all. Welcome to this edition of Kitz Corner. It's been a fantastic day so far. So, in the height of the encampments, the Free Palestine protesting that's going along all college campuses in the United States, it's made a global phenomenon. It has made a worldwide sensation of exposing this horrific genocide for what it is, exposing the money laundering scam of the APEC lobby, how controlling the Zionist cult is in developing the hatred, the divisiveness, and the war criminality of all this. Netanyahu being the war criminal that he is, and how this is all colluded all together in a global-wide empirical form. And it has made such a global presence, whether you're seeing it in the United States with Columbia and Yale and all these Ivy League schools, or you're looking at UK with their campuses. It's also happening here in Canada. And one of them being the University of Alberta, where there was a video release. This is from Hank Sharp, who put this together. And he says the University of Alberta used Edmonton police to violently clear a non-violent encampment and then sent the students and faculty information that directly conflicts with this video evidence of the conflict. They lied and used false police statements. So, first, let's show the video here of just how horrific this is. This is at the campus of the University of Alberta. And you think, for those watching abroad, you kind of vision that the stereotypical Canadian, we're very friendly, kind, warm, loving to each other, about that kind of stereotype. But this is sadly what Canada has come down to. Watch this.
Boom! 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 Get off of him! Fuck off him!
Look at that.
Real proud of yourselves, huh?
They're in riot gear.
Bunch of tough guys. Yeah, you're real tough.
They got machine
You're
guns
real
out.
tough. Report!
Holy crap.
Everyone moves out!
All because they sat on the front lawn of a campus.
Cover your eyes! Get up! Cover your eyes! Record!
Holy crap.
Record!
That's sadly Canada, folks. We saw a bit of it when it came to COVID. Just how nefarious police were when it came to cracking the heads of the Freedom Convoy, cracking the heads of people that were not compliant with the heinous big pharmaceutical lobby group. Now, here we are, these, peacekeepers cracking the heads of students who paid their tuition to attend this university, sitting on the front lawn. Like, what heinous crime, what violence are they committing by organizing a peaceful protest, a rally, on the grass of a university campus? What heinous crime did they commit? So that got followed up with this statement here. This is directly from the University of Alberta. And they wrote up saying, let me make this bigger, or maybe I can't. It says, communications with the group were not successful and escalating actions put the university community safety at risk. The vast majority of those present complied with the police direction and decampment peacefully from the university property. Unfortunately, 2 individuals without any connection to the University of Alberta did not comply with the arrest to vacate, and they were removed. The police report no injuries. So they lied. They deliberately lied to the university that the university wrote up an op-ed to release to the general public. They deliberately lied that they didn't cause any injuries. You just saw the video where they were beating people with a baton. Beating people. College students. On the grass. So, this notice came out, This is from an organization called Policing Free Schools Edmonton, and they have a bit to say on what happened on that day and why the police lied to the campus to then write up that disgusting piece about saying that there was no violence that the police were inflicting on campus students. So they said on Saturday, May 11th, University of Alberta President Bill Flanagan called the Edmonton Police Service on students and alumni peacefully protesting on campus. The encampment protest called the People's University for Palestine YEG was demanding the university's full disclosure of and divestment from investments of student tuition that enabled the ongoing genocide in Gaza enacted by the Israeli government. A dawn police in militarized gear encircled the group while many of the protesters slept or were praying. So, kind of reminds you of COVID, when they're trying to track down people that want to practice their religion peacefully. Had no infliction of harm or any danger to anyone's safety or health whatsoever. Around 5 a.m., police began shooting pepper bullets into the gathering while beating, gassing, and detaining and arresting peaceful protesters, with one person being taken to the hospital due to injuries sustained at the hands of the police. Within half an hour of the police sweep coming to close, the University of Alberta released a statement followed by an update on May 12th with false claims in an attempt to justify this act of violence. The evidence shows that the students were safe in participating in a peaceful gathering until the moment that the police arrived. The authoritarian reactionary decision by appointed President Bill Flanagan to incite a violent intervention rather than engage in a meaningful dialogue with students of the University of Alberta is cause for great concern. While deeply troubling, it is also statistically predictable that the pressure of the police place students on campus at greater risk. These events confirmed that Policing Free Schools Edmonton and allied organizations of educators, students, parents, families, and community members have been saying, police do not keep us safe. Police actively endanger all community members. Research and commentary critically questions the ability of police officers to create safer campuses while also demonstrating negatively disciplinary and criminalization outcomes. So that goes into how police are taking the side of, it really comes down to corruption. It really comes down to corruption. This is where, it dates back to when people were saying that, we need to remove the cops. We don't need cops and all this, divest the blue or whatever that line was. And the thing that I would say and argue for is that we need law enforcement. That's a no-brainer that we need law enforcement. But we need to have some sort of measure to analyze law enforcement to make sure that they're on the track of protecting the community and not going against the community. They need to be in the interest of the community. That's why your taxes pay for law enforcement. And considering they're also getting money from other lobby groups and other firms that are paying these officers to crack the heads of the members of the community, that's what is making this so corrupted. So we need to examine the corruption and expose that and divest away from the dark money is what it really needs to be done, not getting rid of the police. That's obviously just insane. And here's also, this is the National Students for Justice in Palestine. Tweet this out. It says, last night at the University of Alberta, just hours before the Edmonton police violently raided the anti-genocide encampment and beat protesters, despite the constant anxiety and psychological warfare of threats by the university and police, two of the students said this was the best day of my life. And they're showing that even with the protests, they got to see, that's the Aurora Borealis. That's the Northern Lights. So they got to see a cute little nature show while doing great work to expose the criminal war machine that Canada's also part of, this peacekeeping nation. We're actually more bloodthirsty, more so, I would say more so than the Americans. This is what it's really come down to. And we're supposed to be the peacekeepers. We're supposed to be détente. We didn't fight in Vietnam. We didn't fight in the Iraq War in the early 2000s. We ended up going to Afghanistan because we felt obligated to. But we didn't go into the Iraq because we felt that was too much of us. And I'd applaud that. I thought that was great for Canada to not do that. But here we are, getting ourselves even more bloodthirsty, more deranged, more crazy, more cringeworthy, and people are calling it out. These college kids that could be protesting anything else ridiculous are finally making headway into proving and exposing real danger that's affecting everybody. And this is from the University of Toronto. Just by the thousands of people that attended their rallies. And watch this. So at least they changed the wording. So at least Zionists can't complain that, these people chanting from the river to the sea is genocide for Jews. Because now they're saying, and it's exactly what this protest should be about, it's about exposing, divesting, and they will not stop or rest. That's what this protest is all about, folks. It's about exposing the horrors of the war machine and the Israeli lobby that is fundamentally destroying humanity in efforts to continue on its Zionist war crimes against an innocent population. And if you think it's just Gaza, if you think it's just Palestine, by golly, it is not just Palestine. Because they're also intervening into Lebanon. They also want to seize territory outside of the outside Israel, outside the borders of Palestine, outside the supposed land that's rightfully theirs for the chosen people. As if that isn't already cringeworthy enough. And it's amazing to see. Again, this is what makes my heart, so swell. Maybe it's just the myocarditis. Maybe it's just the vaccine kicking in. It warms my heart to see young people putting down the woke crap, putting down, all the things that they could be, screaming about, bathrooms or what Disney movie is accurate or not, or any crap like that. But to really have a commonality goal and really doing something more policy driven that's actually exposed a lot of dangers, a lot of criticism within the establishment that affects everybody. That is just amazing. And I applaud those people. I applaud what these college students are doing. And it's exactly what they're doing. This is not, as Bill Maher tried to paint it. They're not pro-terrorists. They're not dummies. They're not idiots. They're not, as Hillary Clinton said, they don't understand. Because they do understand. They do understand. They have this. They have phones. They have computers. They can look up the entire history of this manufactured situation from day one. Because if I'm able to do it, they could certainly do it. And we all need to come together to realize that we are being exploited by the same maniac ghouls that has perpetrated every aspect of our lives. And this is just them. Once again, you've seen this before, 20 plus years of war lies. Once again, manufacturing, escalating, manipulating, fear-mongering, and paranoying people into slaughtering each other for their own gains. That's what war is. And unfortunately, we are the sacrifice. And that's why people are stepping up to say, enough is enough.